how the face contours. Alright, let's do the house. Yeah. Oh shoot, I'm in. I was trying to get me on the phone. Asbury?
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the ASCALON.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
Welcome back to the ASCALON Club, Lance-Bearer. Please, tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
I'm just a doctor.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
As you wish, my lord.
Good. Now go.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before...
All right.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
Just like regular ones, huh?
Go.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then.
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Nope, let me pick up that freaking
We
sword.
repel the intruders for now. But how long before they
I
return?
want that thing. Yes! Haha! It's mine now. Back off.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
Goodbye for now.
Goodbye, my dear.
I don't know what to choose. Like, I'm not sure which is a better ending. Not to or let him die. But he's a freaking pillar.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
I legit don't know what to choose. I could probably charm him if I have enough. Right.
It's locked, all right. I should find another way to get into the neighborhood.
Another way. My controller died out. Freaking charge it. There we go.
I think this passage could lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
Stupid!
There we go.
I have this thirst for blood.
of ASCALON!
Just making sure there wasn't any other extra passages. There we go. Get to level 30, that's why it's taking a while. Where do I go? Is this the right way I'm going? There's stuff here. Let me check back.
I cannot enter.
abandon vampires as...
Are you all right, miss?
Who are you? What do you want from me?
My name is Jonathan Reed. I'm a doctor. What happened to you? Why are you here?
I'm Louise Teasdale. I was kidnapped a few weeks ago by a vampire. Don't laugh, please, sir. It's no joke.
I believe you, Miss Teasdale.
That monster told me my father was dead. That no one was waiting for me outside.
You're safe now. You don't have to worry about the vampire. You should just return home.
Thank you, sir. I hope we'll meet again soon. Because I'd really like you to teach me how to get rid of these creatures.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale. And be careful. Until we meet again. I don't know... Good...
What? Huh? I just want to walk in here. Can you get over here? No.
Seems violence and madness are now contagious.
There we go. Who are you?
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard. And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
I work for the ASCALON Club. Here is my permit to go freely about the city.
The ASCALON Club? You should have said so, sir. I must warn you, these streets are dangerous, and you'd better be careful.
What can you
I'm the...
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor? Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
Why are you
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know.
I'd like to report a name.
Then I'll write the name down and transmit this
What are you really doing here?
I told you. I'm a detective.
Do what?
Yes, the situation.
What about the...
I...
What?
I...
Where? Tell me all you know about that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
I'm not even sure there is only one. The wounds are always the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent and brutal, sometimes precise and swift.
How could different killers inflict the same wounds?
That's my main problem. If my theory is correct, maybe we're facing a group of individuals sharing the same violent tendencies. Perhaps a sadist cult.
Do you know anything in particular?
Who doesn't know the man?
What else can you?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it. With just one phone call.
Goodbye, Detective.
Goodbye.
Let me talk to all these people. I'm just gonna skip the dialogue
Dr.
there.
Reed? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently.
What?
Oh, no. I do...
What?
I do...
Don't care.
What?
So...
Does...
No.
Back off.
Did...
Oh... No.
Do you...
Oh...
Have you ever met the famous...
Yes.
What do you mean?
He...
Have you ever...
Yes. A very strange man.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books. And then laughed at what we showed him.
Goodbye, Carol.
I am sorry, I can't help you, sir. Perhaps you should talk with someone else instead.
Good evening, Miss Price.
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
Let's see.
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now. But she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
What?
She...
You...
Maybe...
Good.
Have...
Other...
What can you tell me?
I'm... Don't...
Tell me more.
Who?
Carol's gratitude is exemplary. She seems determined never to leave you.
I'm taking care of my daughter as well as I can. It's not always easy, but she's the best gift life gave me.
But she'll probably leave you someday to live her own life. Will that be difficult for you?
Why would she leave? Children sometimes stay with their parents until the end, for they know no one else will love them as much.
Do you know a lot?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once.
Did he buy something?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
May I look at...
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Doctor.
This and
Dr. Reed, I am glad.
Charles. Some special activity. That's my wall. Right here is where she's standing. Wait, what? Sex element. Who is in purple hair? There we go.
We should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go? Anywhere. Anywhere that isn't here. And what is that, by the way? A safer place? A less strange place? And where would that be? Life is strange. And we are alive. For now, yes. But for how long? If we decided to flee, we should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go?
Who the heck is that man? Why is he down there?
Doctor, is no... I'm... Tell me, because what... Please. I know we are not living in the most peaceful of times.
Yes, me too. This...
But what if we don't like...
Do we ever know who we... But does it...
Tell me more about your strange feelings towards the city.
I would be happy...
Go on, listen.
Men...
Both can be disastrous.
And what...
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question.
And why...
This person is my...
But why...
Well...
What I've... Good.
Where's the next guy? No, the other guy. Where'd he go? He's gotta be around here somewhere. Who's gonna drive that far? There he is.
Yes, but what is... I am from... Why? Because...
I still enjoy living in...
Then I am sincerely happy for you.
What
is that?
Who are you waiting for exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a... But I don't... Have you...
Tell me, how long have you been waiting here?
I can't say for... Yes.
I'm...
You...
What are you really afraid of, Agamemnon?
The problem...
If you...
so that would...
What can you tell me?
You should...
Goodbye for now.
Rest evolve. Who the heck is that man? How do I get down there? Let's see. Social circle. Social circle. Okay, I probably need... That's the probably the guy underneath. I need to cure her. I have a treatment for her. Louise Tadesdale. Let me go in here. Oh, fucking stairs. workshop area. It's always a workshop area. How many transfer headaches do I have? 3. Okay. Let's evolve. Okay, Western has went from to healthy. Drop to healthy, have to work on that. Still healthy. Sanitized. Well, at least it's healthy.
It's one back to the shadow.
He's beating me with the beating stick. No. I probably came out on the wrong side of this thing. I'm about to be coming out on this end. Yeah, this end. How the heck does a guy like him get down there? I might end the video here, just so I can get every single one and probably think about that guy I have to transform or turn into whatever. Because I really don't want to transform into greedy. How in the world does a person like him get down there? Alright, see you soon.